Hello everyone, Shadefire here, and welcome back to Metro Exodus. It's been a little while since we completed our Exodus, but now we're back because the first of the two DLCs they announced is now out, the two Colonels. So we're going to be going back to Novosibirsk and finding out a bit about it before it was completely wiped out by the Civil War, as we're going to be playing as Colonel Khlebnikov. But I guess we're also going to be playing as Colonel Miller, hence the name The Two Colonels. I'm not sure how much of his stuff we're going to do, though, because it kind of sounds like he's the in-between stuff as he investigates the past. So let's get in here and begin our journey. Now, you might think that you play it by hitting the DLC button, but that actually just pops up the link to the store. What you actually need to do is go to Chapters and then pick the DLC. Witness the story of the last year of life in Novosibirsk Metro through the eyes of Colonel Khlebnikov taking direct part into the events, and Colonel Miller piecing the picture of the past together basing upon Kirill's words and his own impressions. So yeah, I guess a combination of the two jumping back and forth, but we're going to get to see the Metro here in Novosibirsk, and from the trailer they put out for the release date, which was like a day before it was out, it looks like you do quite a bit in this DLC. There's some of the Civil War stuff, there's fighting the giant worms, there's fighting blind ones, there's a new flamethrower, so it looks like a good time. And honestly, I'm kind of excited about this being a more linear DLC, because, you know, Metro Exodus was cool, but I think it didn't have quite the same strength of kind of story and pacing as the first two games, because those were linear shooters. So I kind of like that this is just going to be linear, because the next DLC is not. It's going to be another open level.
Anna, my daughter. The year we spent on the road gave me time to think about things. Respect, responsibilities, duties. They all mean nothing compared to what's important. My family. You. I'm sorry, I only got it now. I'll go through this snow-covered graveyard with a sieve if that's what it takes to find the cure. As for Artyom, he feels his guilt. He wants to atone. I'll just have to see that atonement doesn't cost him his life.
Even if it costs me mine.
I'm back in Metro, and no mutant can stop me here. Radiation on the surface is different, though. Frankly, I thought I was buying a one-way ticket for myself going in.
You said you were close, but why do you need the Institute?
You are persistent. We're on a mission, but that's all I can tell. But
So we're just kind of recapping
the
the last
stuff
chapter
given
of
to us
Exodus.
by Kirill, we both have a chance to achieve the goal and survive. So, Private, our team left. I'd better get ready to set out too.
What about me, Colonel, sir?
You'll stay here. I'm putting you in charge of communications. I need someone to coordinate the operation. Can you handle the responsibility?
Yes, sir. I can.
Good. By the way, Private, how did you live here before the riots, when there was still enough green stuff to go around?
We did all right. But my dad was always out on a mission or a patrol.
So, you barely saw him?
Oh, no. Dad did his best to come home earlier, especially on the holidays. We even spent the last New Year's together.
Alright, I guess we're going to get a bit of a story before we actually set out as Miller. But I assume we'll see him when he split up from Artyom.
Colonel, sir, the maintenance guys asked to remind you to burn all the slime around the pumps once you reach them.
Uh-oh, I say the slime is done for. Colonel Khlebnikov himself is taking up the flamethrower.
Don't jinx it. As for flamethrower, where is it?
Here you go, Colonel, sir. Mind you, it's quite heavy.
I know. Is it pressurized?
Should be, but I'd still check. The handle's on the side. Give it a pump or two if needed.
If you want something done, you have to do it yourself.
Alright, that's another pressurized weapon.
Alright, I'm off. Give slime some hell, too.
We'll do just that, sir.
We certainly will. Break a leg.
I do not remember how to play this.
Oh, thanks.
Alright, so I guess we're just on slime clearing duty. Which was something they mentioned in the notes we found. Alright, we're back and ready to explore. As soon as I can remember how to turn on my flashlight. Or maybe I don't have a flashlight and I just have to use the pilot light. Alright. Thankfully the slime seems pretty flammable, so I don't have to waste very much fuel. Also, interestingly, I didn't get a difficulty selection for this. So I don't know if it just went with the one I already had for my save, or it just has its one type of difficulty.
Damn! This thing is huge! Order to all groups. I just saw a fully grown worm, so watch out.
By which he means I totally missed a fully grown worm.
Red 2, roger. Red 3, roger that, sir.
Good.
Where does it say how much fuel I have? Kind of like squinting at the dial, but that's just the pressure, right? Alright. So yeah, having the chance to kind of explore this other metro is interesting to me because the metro really is the heart of the series, unsurprisingly. And you really only got to see the ruins of it in Exodus, because, you know, everything was pretty much already dead, except the worms and the Salises. And, you know, really, I think more than what we got in Exodus, what I would have liked, what I feel like a lot of people would have liked for an open-world metro, was the chance to freely explore the Moscow metro, travel from station to station, you know, find all these weird things in tunnels between them, explore the entire surface of Moscow. That would be a pretty good open-world metro, but instead, we got a fairly good one. I don't know, it seems like some people didn't have a very high opinion of Exodus compared to the other two games. They thought that it was too much faffing around and not enough directed story. Which, you know, is fair if that's what you solely enjoyed from the original Metros. It was one of their strengths. I gotta admit it, that Andre does have a good head on his shoulders. These tunnels were always easy to get lost in. But when they got covered in slime, even a map can't help. It's enough for it to cover some passages to change the shape of the place completely. The road signs truly are a godsend here. They're highly visible, and the slime can't eat them away. We only had to ask our guys to grab some signs when they returned from their work at the old railroad, and they brought a whole bunch in no time. Now we can't get lost here even if we want it, and the OzCom guys will have an easier time finding the directions too, once they finally decide to visit this place with their flamethrowers. Why didn't I think of this early? I really should arrange a bonus for him. He's earned it fair and square. So by the time we got here, the train yard was entirely overgrown and slimy and full of worms. Oh boy. I mean, these worms were pretty cool, so it's nice to get to see more of them. Though I wonder if we'll see any unique mutants in this. That one doesn't seem to want to die. Also gotta watch out for spitting leeches. Oh. A little one. I'm not really sure what would happen if the pressure was low on this. Would the fire just not go as far? You know, there's no pressure to shoot out the flames. Oh, that one's glowing. I didn't see any glowing leeches last time. I say leeches, but these are just smaller worms. Alright. I'm getting crafting supplies, but I don't even know if I could craft anything. There's one of the very rare translations. Usually it doesn't give us any. Okay. I guess we don't have one of those handheld chargers like Artyom does. Alright. I got the power back on. And this should drain the tunnel. My pilot light seems to keep going out, but I think that's just when I interact with something. I'm not really sure how mandatory it is to actually burn all this stuff, but it's in character, so I'm doing it. Okay. I hit C, which would have thrown a grenade or whatever if I had one, but thankfully I do not. Because it's control to crouch in this one. I remember having a lot of trouble remembering that. I'll wipe those leeches off too. I mean, it's kind of a real pain in the ass to have to keep cranking this flamethrower, like, from a practical standpoint, but it's still a better flamethrower than the one you got in the Spider-Bug DLC in Last Light. Just burn it all. Anything hidden back here? Oh, a little bit of fuel. Thankfully, setting the fuel tanks on fire does not destroy them. It does feel good to be playing this again, though. I mean, I was excited that there was going to be DLC for it. And I am still looking forward, even though what I said about the linear stuff, I'm still looking forward to the DLC about Sam. It's just not as strong as the original 2 Metro games. Which I wouldn't exactly say those games were mainstream, because Lord knows most people didn't even play 2033 when it first came out. But they definitely were much more story-focused, you know, fast-paced. Well, not really fast-paced, but, you know, they had a good clip to them, and were just kind of linear shooters. We went from level to level. And I think, to me, the Metro series has kind of an obvious connection to a more urban kind of setting. You know, the Metro, the cities. So the fact that none of the big levels you went to in Exodus were really city levels, except for the one that wasn't an open level, was kind of disappointing. Like, even just some small towns or something in one of the levels, but you didn't really get that. Instead, we just went to a desert, and a forest, and a swamp. But, like, after the Kshatriya DLC for Last Light, The one that was kind of an open, well, semi-open DLC about scavenging around Moscow. I was hoping they might, do something more in that direction eventually. And who knows, maybe in Metro 4, they'll be going from station to station back in Moscow, trying to recruit people to come live in your little town. Am I getting spit on? It's a good atmosphere, even just to this area. This flamethrower is definitely a methodical kind of weapon. The reload is slow for it. The pump is slow for it. Okay, I can kick that open, but I don't want to go that way just yet. I think this is the optional path. Okay, that's all I missed was one dead body. But yeah, so to reiterate, I just think that these more tight claustrophobic settings are more Metro fitting than the wide open woods. And again, when we do get that DLC for the next, or I guess the second DLC for this, it sounds like it is going to be exploring a city, because Sam goes to Vladivostok. So maybe I'll get to explore a bunch of buildings and shit that time. But that doesn't have a release date yet, and probably won't come out for like 6 months. Which is probably for the best, since I have so much stuff to cover in the next few months. Well, really even this month. And this, coming by surprise, kind of wedged itself into all my other plans, but I wasn't going to wait on Metro. Flamethrower is starting to look fairly grimy. I don't know if we're going to have to clean it when we get to a workbench. I guess that dial in the back is the ammo, but I'm not really sure what it says. I see a 4 out of 4, I see a 2, and then I can't see what the needle is actually pointing at. It looks like a 1 out of 2, which would be half, but it just seems weird the way it's positioned. Well, I really don't have to worry about running out of fuel. I've got like 500 left. I say, but it's probably gonna go real quickly once I start getting attacked. Ugh.
Hold up, this is Red 3. I got a burst pipe here. Can't burn through a barricade. We're gonna need some explosives.
Red 3, you don't need explosives. Just find the valve that stops the water flow.
Roger that, Alder.
Alright, so I guess Khlebnikov is one of the more trusted
I found the valve and is proceeding as planned.
OSCOM operatives.
Good job, Red 3.
Nope. What is that? Okay, it's just another flamethrower, but we got a mod for it. I wonder, can I... No, okay, I can't pull out the backpack to equip that mod, because he's probably not carrying one. room is especially grimy. I'm not really sure how those leeches continue to damage you when they're attached to your gas mask, but I think they do. Can't kill it with fire when it's in the water, but sure doesn't like being set on fire. These must be the road signs. I mean, it really wants me a med kit, but I don't really want to waste one yet. And as you might expect, since we are in Novosibirsk, the radiation is pretty bad here. But I assume we are on green stuff and won't die from it. I mean, I don't seem to be getting any damage from this. Okay, so if the pilot light is not lit, you cannot fire the flamethrower. That makes sense, but I kind of thought it would auto-light. It's still weird to me that it deactivates when you interact with anything. Emergency water supply. I am going to need more ammo. Okay, there's another flamethrower. Alright, fine, I'll heal. That red is not going to go away otherwise. Okay. Oh, is this not a button I can activate? I think it's just telling me I need power before I can open that. Okay. It's 2 down. It looks like we have 1 more to turn on. Now, is there any reason to go back this way? I guess we can cross the catwalk now. And that means this should be a side area back here. Or maybe that leads to the next pump. First off, let's see what we can slap onto our flamethrower. Flamethrower fuel. There are no means nor components to produce real napalm currently. Pneumatic flamethrowers work well enough even using this completely unremarkable and readily available fuel. Okay, so we can craft it for chemical, which we have a lot of, or I can make bed kits. I guess I don't need filters. And this thing is already filthy. Airtight pneumatic system. Well, definitely throw that on there just so I don't have to pump it as much. And a standard tank. Plastic fire extinguisher tanks. Yeah, that's what you want to put your flamethrower fuel in. There's a reason that water guns full of gasoline don't last very long. Don't try that at home, kids, unless you want a flaming plastic gun full of gasoline. Okay. Just clean that up. I guess I should make a med kit. I think we can only carry 5, and then make some more fuel. It's really all we can make right now. Okay, and we're fully pumped. So let's see. I guess I will see if we can go forward from here, and if we can, I'll go the other way. Because I don't want to miss a thing. Well, there's a road sign here. Yeah, I imagine this stuff burning probably is not great for your lungs. Oh. Wait, stop. See, I looked at that and I thought it was a, like, kick down, but it was a crawl through. Oh boy. Let's see if I can get a photo of this before it gets extra spitty with me. It doesn't really stand out against the background of goopiness. Like, you can almost not tell this is a thing. And, oh, I can kind of get behind it. Oh, my camera is stuck behind it now. Can I actually... I guess we can't see Khlebnikov either. Can't make him show up in first person. I mean, I didn't have an option to repair my mask either, so I guess we're just got a pretty good indestructible helmet. Alright, so I can't backtrack unless I can kick this door open, which means I did actually miss out. Fuel. Very goopy tunnel. I suppose once they started to kill each other, there wouldn't have been enough people to keep these maintained. Now, is Kirill actually telling this entire story? And then my dad said he set a worm on fire. And then a bunch of tunnels. That one had a glow tail as well. We didn't see any like that when we were here as Artyom. Oh. A friend.
How's it going on your side? Everything fine?
Yes, pretty much. What's up with you?
Can I get a picture of him? There's still that weird blur, though. I don't know what it is, because even when things are not moving in this game, they have that weird blur.
My flamer won't hold the pressure, and I can't find a leak for the life of me.
Do you have any spare fuel? I didn't expect that shit to grow so thick here.
I know you do, I can see it on your hip.
Help yourself. Here.
Nice. Thank you.
I heard helping the commanding officer. officers is good for your career. Also, that ship did grow like crazy.
Some pretty good stuff you've got here.
I really did. All right, I'll go catch up with the guys. Good hunting, sir.
You too.
I couldn't burn that open for him. He had to do it himself. There's definitely a worm up there. I thought that was one behind me, but I think it was just me walking into the stream. Alright. Still gotta be kind of sparing with my fuel. And you can still see there's the problem with the FOV being turned up. I guess they never fixed that. Okay, just light this. I could actually spray it. Thought I could poke it with my pilot light. See, now, with these photo modes, I wish you could, like, unpause for a second. Like there was a, you know, move forward 1 second option. Instead of having to pause it and unpause it. And try... Oh. I also am not really sure why the camera gets stuck so much. It's gonna be hard to get a good picture of these. I think my flamethrower is already maximum filthy again, just looking at it. Alright, snag that. Oh, got another part here. 2 parts. The spitty one on the wall. See, like, why am I not getting a translation for what that says? Nope. I'm really not watching my current ammo. Oh, I ran out of pressure, that's the problem. Okay, weirdly it looks like I don't need fuel for the pilot light, but I do need pressure. So we got a door we can kick here, or a door we can kick over here. I'm gonna say the one back here is not the progress way this time. Though at least with these doors, usually it won't lock me in. Unless something happens to the door. Okay, I think we should be able to get into that room we saw from here. But it's another squeeze. Though it does look like a dead-end room, so I should be able to get back out. Take that, weird tentacle. Glory to Ozcom.
So, the foreman calls me over. Still raw from the chewing out the Oscom bigwig gave him, huh? You could see it by his walk, and the way his pants still smoked. So, he calls me over and he says, I don't care how you do it, but the pumps must work. So I say, where am I supposed to get the O-rings? The slime just rots them and the pumps break down. And he just says he don't give a fuck. Can you imagine such an asshole? And I just go, so, are you telling me to steal them from another station? You know as well as I do they don't make them no more? Or do you think I'll just shoot all my green stuff at once and go topside to get it? You want results? You either get me the parts or go, well, I told him to fuck himself. So he just turns all red and shouts, no green stuff for you this month. And I go, really? Then I'm doing no work this month. Fix the pumps yourself, you asshole. So, that was it for that job.
These ungrateful Metro dwellers. They don't respect Ozcom. Ozcom being the remnants of the government, or military, I guess, in this case, who were running the city after they were cut off from the world. High-capacity pneumatic system. That one's probably not airtight, though, is it? Oh, well. This isn't really a thing where I need to worry about it doing more damage when it's pumped up. It's just I can't fire it when it's empty. Big tank. Makes the flamethrower much bulkier and heavier. I don't really know if that affects anything. I feel like I never got a concrete feeling for that in the main game when it said that. Okay, I don't have a lot of chemicals, but I do have a lot of mechanical parts. Unfortunately, I don't have anything I can make with those, so just make a med kit. I am doing alright on ammo, though. Alright, let's kick down this door. Oh. I was gonna say, no point in wasting fuel, and then it started spitting at me. Okay. I hate to say I told you so, but we're screwed now. Cleaning the filters won't help. The pipes are full of slime instead of water now. I tried heating the incoming pipe with a blowtorch some, and the pump did restart after some time. But there's already 2 fingers of that shit on the walls now. The overflow basin is full, and the only thing that could do the trick is a proper burning. You should have started raising alarm a week ago, and I say that now you should take a brush and clean everything yourself since you were so against the idea of bothering the bosses back then. Nobody wants to do the job here. That's why they sent in me, professional burning man, Khlebnikov. Oh boy. Burn it all down. Well, hasn't been too difficult so far. These worms were actually pretty rough in the main game. Especially because I was running low on medkits at that point. Okay. Nothing in that corner. I think it would only take 2 hits from them to kill me. If this is going by the regular save difficulty. This burnt stuff actually makes it a lot harder to see because of how dark it is. Alright. So definitely a slow, methodical start to get you back into the Metro mindset. But I know we will be fighting human enemies as well later on. Oh man, there's so many worms up there. And those all look like dead worms? Or they're all gonna spring up when I start climbing this. Alright. That one's actually dead. Yeah, those worms are definitely alive down there. They're pulsing. Probably just keep respawning every time I kill one. Not sure I can light that on the wall. Well, let's just head up and see what happens. Nope. I was trying to remember how to get out of the pumping, and stopping does not actually stop you from pumping. You have to hold R again. Pump it up to the max. Or close enough. Where did that come from? Alright, this will probably do something that'll agitate the worms. Let's get nice and reloaded first. Those ones I can't do anything about because they're out of range. Or not. I guess this can go pretty far. At least when it's fully pumped. No, that one won't go out, so let's just turn this on, see what happens. Can't quite reach. Well, that stuff just won't burn. I don't actually know what I turned on. Oh, I guess we need to go through here. So we're clearing out a xenomorph nest. Gotta destroy all the biomass. Yeah, get out of here. Generator. Okay, this should be the last one. Nope, I need that. Okay, didn't mash hard enough. I forgot. Some of these QuickTime events can be pretty brutal. Okay, pretty generous checkpoint. Let's try this again. Wow, so all that mashing is just so I could lean over. I guess he doesn't like it spicy. Alright. I suppose we're going into this dangerous waterway.
Colonel, sir, I just had maintenance on the line. They say the water's flowing again. They're sending a team to handle the rest. Mission complete.
I mean, I definitely feel like we didn't clean it that much.
Thank you.
Still plenty of goop down here. Oh. I think that door was just locked from both sides. Alright. Mission complete. And now we're back in the metro.
Mission accomplished.
At ease, gentlemen. You did a great job there.
Thank you, Colonel, sir.
Frankly, we were on sweep-up duty after you, sir.
Are you...
Ah, cut that.
Are your eyes open?
Up duty. Sure. On behalf of OSCOM, I'm issuing an official commendation.
We serve OSCOM.
Great. Well, get out of those suits and go rest.
Certainly, sir.
You look like you could use some rest.
Thank you, sir.
So what was I, Oh, I remember now. I wonder how much radiation did we just soak up?
Well, it's all ours now. Don't sweat it. We're gonna get some extra allowance on that to come. They'll give us shots at the checkpoint.
It's not that I'm sweating, it's just I'm thinking if I should just take it like this and spend it. I guess we could have a few drinks. It is New Year's Eve after all.
And spend tomorrow puking our guts out because of radiation poisoning? Fuck that.
I mean, they are running really low on this at this point, I think.
Few drinks, though.
And haven't told
We could
anyone.
still do that. I have a few ampules of green stuff stashed away just for such occasions.
It's kind of weird that they don't have a proper name for it. It's just green stuff, always. Because it's green. Alright, drop off all our irradiated junk.
And put the flamer down, please. They have to be scrubbed for radiation. You'll also be getting a shot of green stuff at the checkpoint. I'll call them. You just took a week's worth of exposure, at least.
Can I keep my fancy
Thank
helmet?
you.
Because that tooltip did say I'm only immune to fire while I'm wearing this suit.
Here.
Thank you, and goodbye, Colonel, sir.
Come aboard, Colonel, sir.
Thank you.
But I don't know if that just means other
Hey,
people are
guys,
going to
get
try to set
aboard.
me on fire.
Give you lift to Prospect.
Thank you, sir, but we're waiting for the transport from HQ. There's enough space for everyone.
Good luck then. Let's go, Petrovich.
Yes, sir.
Alright. That was a neat little section. Didn't go on too long.
HQ here. Khlebnikov, report your situation. Over.
Mission accomplished, Comrade General. I'm mostly done, Dolya. The worms are all toast. The guys will handle the mop-up, and I'm heading home. It's New Year's Eve, after all.
Sure thing, Slava. Who else would you turn to for understanding if not for another single father?
Well, you've got it easy. I hear your son's a captain already. Give my congratulations to Kirill, Khlebnikov.
You can give them yourself. I'm planning a little party on January 2nd. Family-like. For now, though, just drop by my place and then have your rest.
Roger that. Over and out.
It's nice to see a living metro station again. There really wasn't any of those in Exodus.
Sir, roll up your sleeve, please. We've got to give you the shot.
Here you go.
Green me.
Roll your sleeve up, Petrovich. You get a shot, too.
No, please, I'd rather use my own injector at home.
Be my guest, then.
Thank you.
You can faintly hear the classic Metro theme
Please, next station is Krasny Prospect.
fading in, which also was pretty much entirely absent from Exodus.
No, thank God. Still, standard child's allowance of green stuff is not enough for her, even though we moved to the prospect. So I'm squirreling away whatever I can, just in case. It's not easy, but we survive, and that's what counts. But enough about us. Tell me if you roasted that shit good.
That we did, Petrovich. That we did.
Well, my friend, that is good to hear. Still, it will just grow even thicker next time, like it always does. You see, the pumps are failing. It's because of that slime. And they've been working non-stop for 20 years. And now this shit. The filters get clogged, the O-rings, they burst, the iron rusts.
It seems like they do have a lot more problems with flooding in this metro.
The flooding system won't give up the ghost. And we'll have to rowboats here.
I mean, part of the Moscow metro is flooded as well in 2033.
I can sing too.
Please, spare me. Your singing is an atrocity.
There's an entire section that's blocked off between the university and the rest of the metro because of the nearby river. But here it seems like flooding is just kind of everywhere, to some degree.
We're there.
Thanks for giving me a lift, Petrovich. Happy New Year.
Those classic white and green tiles.
Forget, after the official ceremony, we'll be waiting for you and Kirill to drop by, as usual.
We'll be there.
Alright, probably gonna wrap up here in a moment. But let's see what we have to do here. Look at these fancy OSCOM uniforms.
Colonel, sir.
The text all just popped in when I looked at it. Alright, well. I think that was a nice start. Nothing too crazy. What did that say? Krasny Prospect. OSCOM congratulates the station's workers with the coming of New Year's Eve.
Colonel, sir.
Colonel, sir, please proceed. The General is expecting you.
Guess we gotta have a debriefing first.
I don't need your excuses, Captain. If you take the initiative to do something, you must be ready to see the thing you started to the end.
Oh, one of the stalkers?
Dismissed.
Sir, yes, sir. Hello, sir.
Get out of here, stalker.
I've been waiting for you. Come on in. Make yourself comfy. There's been a new development here while you were out barbecuing. Take a look at these maps.
That's also
Background radiation?
Yes.
a song
Stalkers
from
brought
the
this
previous
into the
Metro
SATCOM
games in
center.
the background.
And now, I want
The propaganda
to
tomb.
go there and find the fresh ones. Detailing the whole country so that we know where to go. Take this under personal control and ensure complete secrecy. Okay?
Go, Tolia? Cut to the chase. Are we preparing an evacuation?
This is strictly between us, mind you. Yes. We can't delay any longer. We're out of green stuff. We'll
Probably should have done that sooner, really.
So everything must stay under wraps for now.
Why the secrecy? It's good news. People would donate their stock voluntarily if we told them.
Not my decision, Slava. Still, sometimes it makes sense to save the good news for last.
I see. Thanks for telling me.
Remember, it's between us.
You know me. Well, Happy New Year!
Wait a
I
second.
better get home now.
As a hero of the war on slime and a lone father, you are hereby granted a New Year's present from the command. A 1-month allowance for 2.
Thanks.
I won't hold
I'm
you
pretty
any
much a
longer
slime soldier
unless-
at this point.
How about some tea?
You do know how to keep a man away from his family. How is Seryoga doing?
Full of himself, obviously. Just think about it. My son is a captain now. I never raised a finger for that. Can you believe that?
So he actually earned it.
Of course I can. That's just typically you.
I believe he must achieve everything himself. It builds character. Oh, it definitely does. He used to be on the soft side, like his mom. He really toughened up now.
You were always hard on him, almost too hard. I could never be like that.
Actually, and I speak as someone who's been watching you too, I think you're doing amazingly well. He's growing up a real man, an Oscom fighter.
And someday he might actually leave
Yes,
the
he
Metro.
is a huge fan of all things Oscom. We're like superheroes in his eyes. A bit chilling, actually.
But we are heroes. We're saving who we can, and it's all for our children's sake. What could be chilling in that?
I mean,
He still doesn't understand
notes
many
we've
things.
found-
Idealizes us. Thinks we are knights without fear and beyond reproach, but real life is complicated.
did kind of paint
You
Oscom
must
as the
do
bad guys.
certain things, and then look into his eyes thinking, would he understand if I told him about that? And that day will come.
Kirill is a real man. He will understand. A real hero, Slava, isn't someone flexing his muscles and wearing shiny armor. A hero is someone who does what needs to be done. He may get splashed with dirt, even blood sometimes, but he still does the thing because it is necessary.
Also sometimes slime.
Understanding this makes a man a man.
Maybe. But it's quite close to the ends justify the means from there, though.
Oh, come on.
I think I have endless
Such
tea
a
in this cup.
soppy load of crap. Oh, the ends justify the means. You can't say that. Those are bad words. Shame on you. Our philosophy professor, Maria Ivanovna, told us that. But I say they do. How else would you achieve anything? You sacrifice something to get somewhere. Did this ever work differently?
Do they always?
All right, you got me there.
You're right. That's how you achieve things. But I always thought that it was a question of sincerity, if they do or not. Being sincere with yourself first and foremost.
That was deep, philosophical like. I bet you took Maria Ivanovna's advanced course too.
I mean, presumably neither of these two were born in the Metro.
Well, I think I'll get going now.
Yes, Slava, I'm sorry I kept you here. Go see your son. Give my regards to Kirill and a Happy New Year.
Alright. But yeah, I'm glad that they're fleshing out these
I'm working
Oscom
on
guys,
the speech in the meantime. Hate making public
because we really didn't hear
addresses,
too much about them,
but the occasion calls for it.
aside from the regular
Citizens
people
of
didn't like
Krasny
them,
Prospect and our guests from
because they
other
withheld
stations.
green stuff. Alright. Go see Kirill, and then wrap up the episode.
Colonel, sir.
So I have no idea how long this is, but again, they showed a decent number of different things in the trailer, so I assume maybe a couple hours.
Hello, Colonel, sir. A Happy New Year.
Definitely longer than any of the like
Happy
one-off
New Year.
DLCs
On duty
from
tonight.
Last Light.
I feel for you.
You know, sir, it could have been worse. Yeah, at least guarding the green stuff storage isn't a hard job, really.
Foreshadowing.
Nobody's planning the heist of the century on New Year's Eve, huh?
You're right. Well, good night to you.
Thank you, Colonel, sir.
You filthy drunkard! Just look at yourself, you pig!
Organic mushrooms.
Tanya, I just...
So this is the new year. Your children have nothing to eat, and you drink your wages away.
Oh, come on, Tanya.
Come on! Just look! Look at what your son has to wear! Look at what I have to wear! There's no food at home! Do you understand that? I am in debt to everyone! I can't even look the neighbors in the eye! Do you even care about us? You're a disgrace! You drunk everything away! All the green stuff you got!
They didn't give much, the greedy bastards.
It seems weird that they use green stuff as a currency here. I mean, the Moscow Metro uses bullets, but...
Slime! Drunkard! A disgrace! Why did I ever marry you?
those don't keep you alive on quite a day-to-day basis, as this green stuff does.
Oh, come on, Tanya. Please don't cry, Tanya, please.
Happy New Year's, guys.
Colonel, sir, hello there.
Having a good time?
Tell me, Colonel, whatever do I do with this woman, huh?
First of all, you should quit drinking.
Yes, I will, sir. Colonel, I am not drinking no more tonight.
Women. Can't live with them, can't trade them for green stuff.
Hello, sir. There's too many people in the way. You can't really go through.
That's a pretty
Go up through the restaurant and
pretty literal statement. Colonel, you're not going to be able to squeeze by.
Same to you, Colonel, sir.
I mean, I'm a
You know
colonel.
what I'm missing to get into proper festive mood?
They should part for me.
Oranges.
Oh, damn, why did you have to remind me? Oh, now I'll spend the whole night thinking about them.
I'm sorry. It's just that I've been thinking about them non-stop for 3 days already. Perhaps we could think about them together.
Sometimes I like to sit in front of the broken television and picture
Why am I
food.
even in love with you?
Because of my immense charm, of course.
Can I? No. No. Maybe I can. There we go. Gonna say, can I camera mode and like get in front of these two that are talking? Something a little creepy about her eyes there. You're not supposed to be able to see me. And if this were a creepypasta, her eyes would lock onto me. And they would be full of hyper-realistic blood. Oh, man. I don't know what's so funny about this, but just something about her, like, smooth... Oh, no. Can we get... There we go. Teeth and eyeball cam. What's in your head, man? Man, that's actually some pretty good skin texture if you get really close to it. Like, just the fact that you can see all the little skin dimples and pores. And I don't even have it on maximum ultra mega graphics. Oh. You can't clip into their heads from the back, only from the front. Oh, I got wedged in the ceiling. But yeah, it's neat to be able to look into scenes like this, where you literally would not be able to see them otherwise. Oh, I think we ran out of ambient audio.
Could well be so.
Sometimes I think kids have it easier. They don't even know the things they're missing. Like the oranges. You don't even see that color anymore. And the smell? The taste? Damn.
Maybe one of the stalkers can bring me back an orange air freshener and we can sniff that together.
We're gonna be late. What do you mean, Grisha? There's a lot of time left. Besides, you're already tipsy.
No, Grisha's right.
we're going to be late drinking to friendship.
Ah, yes, friendship. I guess. Let's drink to things this year staying same as they were last year. Only much better.
Because we won't be in the metro.
Yes!
We'll all be dead. As always, I know some people are going to be too impatient for me to listen to all these conversations, but that's just what I do when I'm playing Metro.
One great drink.
Alright. Coming home, Kirill.
Got it.
Hello, yes, I'm the brass.
By the way, it's been a while since I last saw Sasha from the third company. Do you know the guy? The one with big ears. He also keeps telling ancient jokes all the time, don't he? What's up with him?
Something is, for sure. They sent him topside to guard the construction crews.
Construction crews? Are they building a new storehouse?
No, the road.
Which one?
I wonder how many of these are entirely new character models. Because I don't recognize these guys.
You could have told!
Loose lips sink ships. The enemy listens. Or actually the friend, which is even worse.
I'm right here, guys. Oh, that's my guitar. It has my name on it.
Happy New Year, Colonel Khlebnikov.
Same to you, Misha.
How about a drink? The first one is on the house tonight.
You know, they may be running short on green stuff,
Tempting, but no, thanks.
but they certainly have no shortage of leather jackets down here.
You could drop by later, once you put your kid to sleep. We'll be open till dawn.
But then they are like military officers, so I guess that's kind of normal for Soviets.
We're not moles to live out our lives underground, you know.
Oh, what a surprise! Drink to the new year with us, Colonel, sir.
I guess they're not Soviets. I was mixing up other things here, but these are
Yes, please.
regular Russian military.
Sorry guys, but I gotta get home, see my son. Happy New Year to you all.
Ah, thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Happy New Year to you too.
So,
Getting the feeling that Khlebnikov might be a little bit of a teetotaler. Ah, kids in the metro. Quickly, fight them off.
Yay, Dad! I bet you didn't expect an ambush here.
Great disguise, Private. Though I must ask, where is your sitrep?
Oh, the mission of helping prepare the celebration is almost accomplished. There's just one light bulb remaining, sir.
At ease, Private.
Oh, we're about to hit 2035.
Happy New Year, Dad. I didn't think you'd make it in time. You were late for my birthday. And Mom's anniversary, too.
You see, I was just doing my best to make sure there were as few sad anniversaries in other families as possible.
Oh, I understand.
Good to hear that. Now, turn it on.
Mission accomplished.
Good job, Private.
Thank you. Oh, Dad, I have something for you.
Now we are properly festive.
Petrovich helped me fix it.
Hey, I can probably wear that
Oh, thank you, son.
on my wrist bracer that I don't really have.
Speaking of Petrovich, as soon as the official celebration is over, all personnel are to wash their faces and arrive at Petrovich's place wearing dress uniform.
Yay! Arrive at Petrovich's, clean face and dress uniform. Roger that, Colonel, sir.
Coronel.
Wow, the tree is so beautiful.
Yes, listen.
Alright, time for some propaganda.
Dear citizens of Krasny Prospect and our guests from other stations. Year 2034 is almost over. It wasn't an easy year, But all the hardship only served to make us close our ranks around our common goal. The well-being of everyone living down here in the tunnels. We are all looking forward to the coming year.
I was hoping to get a photo of him in front of the tree.
For the better. And it is sure to arrive to our concerted effort as a community. On behalf of OSCOM leadership, I thank you all for your good work and wish you a Happy New Year. Happy 2035! 10!
See, everything seems so much nicer here. How did it go all so wrong in just a year?
5, 4, 3,
Aside from
2,
running out of green stuff.
1!
Happy New Year!
Damn! This sucks. The damn generator is out again.
Alright,
Kirill, Miller here. Comms check.
so we're gonna wrap up here. Went on a little longer than I planned to, but I think that's a good, solid chunk to start with.
I'm at the trading stores. Where's that passage to Sibirskaya?
It's downstairs. Oscom HQ used to be there. They brought the green substitute from the people there.
I see. Confiscations.
Things are probably not going to be as cheerful the next time we check back in with Khlebnikov.
Found it! Thank you, Private.
Citizens, we urge you to remain calm. Voluntarily submit your stocks of radio protector to the authority. Remember, our common duty is to stand together and ensure the common good of all the citizenry.
So, if we play as Miller, I think it's only going to be at the end of the DLC.
And I'm not in the mood for jokes. What's up at Sibirskaya?
We're all done there, and this is what we got. It's not much.
This is bad. We're in the middle of a fallout spot, and we'll have to roast for 500 clicks at the very least. Your guys brought a bunch of maps, but there are no really safe areas on any of them. I had hopes for Lake Baikal, but...
Still looking for Baikal. The archive is trashed. As for the radiation, that's what the filters are for, keeping the dust out.
Filters. All the carriages are so radioactive, no filters will help us without the green stuff.
That is a little bit of a problem with those
There will be
trains.
children too. You have a son yourself, so you know children need more.
I know. Do we have enough?
Not for everyone at once. First,
Kind of
we
wonder why the
evacuate
Aurora isn't super
prepare clean
radioactive.
rolling stock, and then bring everybody else out.
So you mean we're going to split people into sorts? The ones we save first, and then the rest
You know
the
what's at
dregs?
stake. Our children, among all else. What's there to discuss? Didn't expect that from you of all people. Think about Kirill. I, for one, thought about him. You two will be leaving with the first train. So don't fail me now.
We're going to go around and just break into people's houses?
Your people can handle the prospect by themselves.
All right.
I want another smoke. How about you?
I'll have to
Nah,
decline
I'll
because I
pass
need
this
to
time.
end this episode.
Well, suit yourself. It's been a while since I had smokes like these.
Alright, well, that's the beginning of the two colonels. We will continue next time and find out what exactly happened to Khlebnikov. Because I assume we're eventually going to see him die when he goes to the Institute by himself. But, for the moment,
Well, this just won't do.
we still have much more to see in Novosibirsk. So I hope you'll join me as we continue with our two colonels next time. Take care, everyone.